questions and topics there, maybe like once every other month-ish, once a month maybe. So just keep an eye out. Before I get started, I don't have any nails, which is weird, except for like this littlest remnants like on these 3 fingers. I waited too long in between refills, and my nails just were a little like ratchet, so I decided to just rip them off. I'll just get like a regular manicure for like a few weeks, and then I will get them back on. But there's no tapping, none of this. Silent. Okay, so the first question is what to do when a guy doesn't want to label the relationship but treats you like his girlfriend. It's funny because somebody wrote a response to this and they said one word: run. And I thought the exact same thing. We make so many excuses for the men we think we love, and you just really have to try to think matter-of-factly about it. If it looks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. If a guy wanted to make you his girlfriend, he would. There's no other, like, secret things to, think and, like, become an FBI agent. We've all done that. I've done it. No one's judging you. We all will do it. But ultimately, you're asking me this advice when you already know the answer to that question, and the answer is you should just leave. But you're not going to leave unless you're ready to leave, and that's only going to affect ultimately you. So you have to decide when you've had enough. Okay, next, how to deal with a mother-in-law that thinks you have stolen their son. I actually just watched the movie Monster-in-Law with Jennifer Lopez and, oh my god, Jane Fonda, and it's so funny. So watch that movie. You can get a little comic relief. I think if you're dealing with a mother-in-law that thinks that you've stolen her son, you kind of have to really just keep your composure and take what she says and does with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, you're not going to probably like change this woman, and all you can do to potentially change her perspective is to just be polite, respectful, but then stand your ground as needed in an assertive, not aggressive way. And if it gets to the point where she's really just behaving in an out-of-pocket way, then talk to your boyfriend or your husband, but be very careful with what you say. Don't call her a bitch, don't call her names, don't come off as like really pissed, because that could backfire on you. Like, you're not really going to get between a man and his mother. So just try to kind of take the high road and know that like that's your man, and at the end of the day, if you're competing with his mother, then that's probably a him issue. So just kind of have to be mature about it, roll your eyes, and take her probably in small doses. Okay, next one is how to not feel behind in life when you see other people are much more ahead. So it's definitely natural to compare yourself to other people and their journeys and things. We all do it, but at the end of the day, I feel like you learn this more as you get older, has this amazing, career, and you see how wealthy they are and how successful, they are with their career and monetarily, and you're kind of longing for that and feeling behind because you're still, at your administrative assistant job or whatever it is. Meanwhile, you have no idea that that person is looking at the way that you have a relationship with your boyfriend or your best friends, and they're so envious because all they do is work. They don't have time for a personal life, or maybe they do, but it's not really as deep and amazing as yours. So all you can do is keep looking ahead for yourself. If you let the journey of other people distract you, make you jealous, make you question yourself, you're really only hurting yourself, truthfully. So just stay calm, let people fly, let them be successful, and be happy for their success, so that when the time comes that you're successful as well, they'll be happy for you. Okay. The next, I'm trying to do the ones that were very thumbs up. Okay. How and where do you meet people? Be it at any kind of relationship, romantic, sexual, other than Tinder, of course. For me, at least, I am very lucky in the fact that I've met a lot of my friends and remained friends with a lot of people from high school, because we're all in the same area. But I know that's very rare and not the case. So number one, I think the easiest place to meet someone is work, as far from a platonic standpoint, not romantic, because that can get complicated and it's also more rare, I think. But think of where you met all your friends, right? In grade school, you met them at school, and why were you so close and buddy with them? Because you were literally with them every single day, 5 days a week, 7 to 3 or whatever it was. So I would definitely encourage you to look around your workplace, and even if you're virtual, I know it's hard, a lot harder that way, but for example, a girl recently started at my job, and I don't work directly with her. She's not my manager. She doesn't report to me. So that's where you want to look. And I just had a little check-in meeting with her and said, hey, if you ever have any questions or anything, let me know. Or when we go back in the office, we can go to lunch, whatever. She was so happy and appreciative that I, said that to her, and extended that offer, kind of a friendship. And it's so important to have someone at work that is not your manager and not somebody that you manage, that you can use as a sounding board, and they know about stuff in your life. So look for people at work. It doesn't even have to necessarily be someone exactly your age. You can start with, I don't know, Karen in accounting or whatever it is, and have lunch together, and then maybe she happens to have a son or a cousin or something. You just, one person at a time then connects you with other people and other groups of people. And otherwise, besides work, I would say get involved in your community, which sounds stupid, but even for me, I recently found an Instagram about the little events that are happening in my neighborhood, and I was oh, this is so perfect. Just knowing about little a live band playing at this bar, or a flower show or whatever it is, just go to social stuff, and it doesn't have to necessarily be a bar, and just kind of be open to vibes on being independent and not caring what other people think of you. I think I won't talk too much about this because I think this ties in to the other question about like comparing your journey to other people. And honestly, I think that like number one, a good step here could be therapy, honestly, because I feel like it's really hard to teach people or give advice to people about how to be content or independent. Like, I think a lot of that stuff like stems from how you were raised, or like your self-worth, or maybe child trauma you dealt with, or bullying, or whatever, that kind of like messes with your head, and you just can't kind of figure out how to get to that place of feeling content. So I would encourage therapy to try to like talk that through with a therapist or a psychiatrist or whatever it is, and just kind of say, hey, like, I just want to work on myself and feel good. I just really think that peace and everything and content, like, it all comes with self-love. And when you love yourself, you don't care what everybody else is doing. You're not looking at yourself and thinking how awful you are compared to this person, when you know that you have a good relationship with your boyfriend, with your friends, whatever. You don't care like about other people and what they're doing. Things don't really get under your skin because you know you're happy. So I would just encourage like self-exploration, honestly, because it's kind of hard to like teach like, oh, here's how you can not care what people think, you know? Same thing, what do you do when you feel jealousy towards someone? So yeah, again, I think the more happy you are with yourself, the less jealousy you'll feel for other people. But we all experience jealousy. And personally, what I do is I try to like take a step back, remind myself, A, you're an adult, chill. B, I really do believe that when you just like harbor those like negative feelings about somebody else, or like wishing bad things to someone else or whatever, because you want to see them tear them down, so you know you feel better about you, it just is like bad vibes, and it really only ends up drawing negative energy towards yourself. So you just, again, you have to be content with yourself and clap when other people, like, you know, deserve to have an applause for them. Because karma comes around. Like, you never know when you're going to need that relationship with that person, or that friendship, or just being, you know, a good person and not being nasty just because you want what somebody else has. Like, you'll get there. Life is short, but it's also long. So as long as you're making moves for yourself and not putting everything off until tomorrow, you'll get there, and you'll get, you know, what it is they have. And everyone has problems. Everyone has issues. You have to remember that really no one is perfect. I say this all the time. People are so envious of celebrities. Guys, most celebrities are nuts and have really big issues, and a lot of them are very arrogant and mean and have like relationship issues, and everyone in their life like is using them and things like. So the people that we're like most envious of often can be the people that are most messed up. So just remember that. Okay, here's one. I am starving myself. I hate that I'm putting so much effort into staying thin and can't accept myself the way I am and chill. Maybe some advice. I hate working out. Yeah, this is definitely hard. There's definitely a like standard for women, and you know, we're expected to look a certain way, and it just honestly, it just like never ends. And again, it's something where like you are really not able to see like fully how beautiful you are in the mirror, because like you're not seeing yourself through someone else's eyes. Like imagine a person that you know that's, I don't know, has some sort of, they're not perfect. Maybe they have big ears or a big nose or they're overweight or whatever it is, but you know this person, you know they're beautiful in 1,000 other ways, you know their personality is awesome, and you kind of like that about them. Like you like that they have this unique look and they don't look like a cookie cutter Barbie doll or whatever it is. You just have to remember that like people are seeing you that way as well. You're not able to see like how beautiful you really are through your own eyes. But trust, like just imagine, think back at all the like, if you really look at people like and think about like, okay, this person is not like Barbie or not Ken, but like he or she is so hot because everything about them from this angle that you'll never get to see yourself in, or in this situation from this person's eyes, this type of your personality. Like we're all beautiful, and when you have a positive, happy personality, like that radiates beauty. That being said, more like surface level, yeah, it's hard. I still do this. I feel like all the time like shame if I've like eaten a huge meal, or you know, I'm just never completely satisfied in my bikini, or like, you know, I'm going to great lengths to like you know, calorie count or whatever it is. I think you just have to remember that like weight loss and things, it doesn't come in a day, and it's really not going to work unless you really want to do it. So you can't like punish yourself for eating a cookie or not working out one day. Like you just have to, if you really want to like commit and live like a healthy, balanced lifestyle, you just have to get away from like the toxic like starving yourself and then binge eating. Like you just have to kind of like balance shit out. Exercise 2 to 3 days a week, and if you hate working out, like find something that you like take a walk around your block, put a podcast in. You can do that rain or shine. Put on a raincoat. You know, go to the club and like dance. Like, I don't know, find something that you enjoy and don't force yourself to do it. Like, do it, like I said, 2-3 days a week, and then just kind of, you know, balance yourself. Eat the foods you like, but cut down your portions a bit. Like, it's just, I feel like there's so much punishment and then binge, punishment and then binge. Just get away from that mindset and think more in like a healthy lifestyle, eating nutrient-rich foods, less processed stuff, and just take it one step at a time, right? You don't have to go cold turkey on like everything. I think that mindset is just so silly. You know, cut out one thing, just cut out soda. Just do that. Or commit to drinking X amount of water a day. Commit to going and taking a walk 2 times a week. You know, like just start with one goal. Accomplish that goal for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So you say like, hell yeah, I can do what I set my mind to do. And then add on to that goal. And then add on again. And you'll have the body that you want and the look that you want. Alright. I will answer one more question. Okay. How have you navigated hurdles in your relationship throughout the years? I've definitely navigated hurdles throughout the years in my relationship through communication, patience, respect, mutual respect, and understanding that we're both human, and love, honestly. So I think when it comes to long-term relationships and navigating hurdles, like a lot of people, if they haven't been in a long-term relationship, like don't understand trust, communication in a relationship, that's how, and mutual respect, that's how you work through shit. It should be a team effort. You guys should be on the same team, in the same lane, with the same goal of staying together, being in love. And I just think it's important to keep your partner aware of your needs, what makes you happy, what makes you unhappy. You're not in that honeymoon phase anymore of like lust, but to never stop kind of like treating each other like, you know, you just met or you just started dating or whatever it is, in terms of, you know, your fights and hurdles and stuff, and having that communication. So it just, no relationship is perfect, but when two people are in it and they care, and something, you know, it's not life-threatening or relationship-threatening, you can work through it as long as the people involved care to do so. So, alright guys, I think that is all the questions I have time for today. I know I get so many and I can't answer them all. I feel like there's a lot of good ones, and so I really might do a part 2 on Patreon